Hey friends, it's Sarah with another story. Let me paint you a picture. It's a hot summer day, and you're staring down a bowl piled high with 3 scoops of ice cream, a whole banana split right down the middle, chocolate syrup running everywhere, and a cherry sitting right on top like a crown. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because the story behind that dessert is way more charming than you'd think. And by the end, you'll never look at a banana split the same way again. It's 1904 in the small town of Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and behind the counter of Tassel's Pharmacy stands a 23-year-old apprentice pharmacist named David Strickler. Now, back then, pharmacies weren't just for medicine. They had soda fountains right inside, and they doubled as the social hangout spot of the whole town. Think of it as the coffee shop of its era, but with a lot more ice cream involved. David, or Doc Dave as the local college kids like to call him, had a real knack for tinkering behind that counter. He wasn't content just serving the same old sundae everybody else served. He wanted to create something nobody had ever seen before. And one day, he picked up a banana, something still fairly new and exotic in American grocery stores at the time, and he had an idea. He sliced it lengthwise down the middle and laid the 2 halves in a long dish. Then he added not 1, not 2, but 3 scoops of ice cream, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, nestled right between the banana halves. On top of that, he poured 3 different syrups, 1 for each flavor. Then came the chopped nuts, a generous swirl of whipped cream, and finally, the finishing touch, a bright red maraschino cherry. Friend, David Strickler had just invented the banana split. Now here's the part I love. He didn't just give this masterpiece away, he charged 10 cents for it. Doesn't sound like much today, but back then, that was double the price of a regular sundae. He was betting that people would happily pay extra for something worth talking about. And you know what? He was absolutely right. Word spread almost immediately among the students at nearby St. Vincent College. They started calling it Doc Dave's creation, and they couldn't stop talking about it. They'd go home for the summer, tell their friends in other towns, and just like that, this one soda jerk's idea in one small Pennsylvania pharmacy started spreading, soda fountain by soda fountain, city by city, across the entire country. Here's a number that really puts it in perspective. Today, over a century later, the banana split is served at ice cream counters in all 50 states. One young man's 10-cent experiment behind a small-town counter became a dessert that nearly every single American has tasted at some point in their life. That's the kind of reach most inventions never come close to. And what really gets me about David's story is how ordinary the moment was. He wasn't trying to build an empire. He wasn't chasing fame. He was just a young guy behind a counter, genuinely curious, willing to try something a little different. He ended up buying that very pharmacy years later and ran it himself for the rest of his career. Latrobe still celebrates him today with a giant banana split statue and an entire summer festival in his honor. Isn't that something? Sometimes the biggest legacies don't come from some grand master plan. They come from a curious person in an ordinary moment willing to try one small, unexpected thing. That's really what History Sparks is all about, finding the big stories hiding inside the small, everyday moments. And I'd bet you have a few Doc Dave moments of your own, times you tried something a little different just to see what would happen. Here's a simple way to start writing your own story today. Just finish this sentence. The time I tried something different and it actually worked out was. That's it. That's your starting line. You don't have to be a writer. Just start with what you remember. Because someday, the people you love are going to want to know about the small, curious moments that shaped your life. Those stories are treasures, and you're the only one who can pass them down. That's why I put together a free family story writing guide, just for you. It'll help you capture those small, meaningful moments, the ones your family will treasure for generations. It's completely free, and you'll find the link right below this video. And if today's story gave you a little spark, come back tomorrow, because there's a brand new one waiting for you every single day here on History Sparks. Hit that subscribe button, join our community, and let's keep discovering the human side of history together. Tell your friends about History Sparks. There is always room for more subscribers. Take care of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow.